We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a bit of news surrounding the current Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, and more specifically about what a former WWE writer thinks about Rhea. And by all means, this former WWE writer was fairly critical of Rhea Ripley following her performance last night on Monday Night Raw. Former WWE writer Vince Russo had the following statement on Rhea Ripley: "These guys and girls bust their bottoms inside the ring. I will never ever question them on that, but it's like every time. I don't know if it's because Rhea Ripley is so tall and that there's a presence there. I don't know what it is, but every match of her that I see, I don't believe it. I see her talking to her opponents. I see her stopping and getting in place. There's no flow." Russo would also go on to compare Rhea Ripley to former WWE Women's Champion Gail Kim, and had the following statement regarding it: "When I'm talking to you about this, what comes immediately to mind is like a Gail Kim. Gail Kim could roll out of bed and it's like boom boom, and she was in there with Kong. She was in there with a big woman with Kong, it was so sharp and crisp. Maybe smooth is the word. Rhea Ripley is just very clunky. I think this has to do with, I think they have stripped this girl of all her confidence. I think when this woman is in the ring, I think she is overthinking everything. When you watch her work, it comes across like she's afraid to make a mistake." Let us know if you guys agree with Vince Russo on Rhea Ripley, or do you feel that Rhea is a lot better than Vince is giving her credit for? Things definitely got a bit interesting on last week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, which saw the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns attack both Rey and Dominic Mysterio, which led to a whole lot of speculation that WWE are now moving in the direction of a Roman Reigns versus Mysterio family storyline in the coming months, and this is reportedly exactly what's happening. WrestlingNews.co has reported that basically the current plan as of right now is for Roman Reigns to face off against Rey Mysterio at the upcoming Hell in a Cell 2021 pay-per-view event for the Universal Championship, and Roman attacking the Mysterios on SmackDown is kickstarting what is apparently going to be a fairly long-term storyline between Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio for that Universal title. Apparently the long-term plan here is that the Usos will eventually win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships from Rey and Dominic Mysterio, and that the feud between Roman Reigns, the Usos, and the Mysterios will likely continue into the summer months, most likely culminating at SummerSlam 2021. A WWE source told WrestlingNews.co the following statement on this whole scenario: "We're told that the Usos versus Mysterio's feud will continue into the summer, and that the idea here is that Jimmy and Jay will eventually be fully on board with Reigns' vision, and they will win the SmackDown Tag Team titles by SummerSlam." WrestlingNews.co finished up their statement with the following message: "Obviously the plan is to build Roman Reigns up, so fans see him as being on the level of Cena and The Rock, but this is also about making Jimmy and Jey Uso look strong, and we will get there by SummerSlam. This will be a tight-knit unit in a few months." Let us know your thoughts on WWE planning a Universal title feud between Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio in the coming months, and also the rumors that the Usos will eventually be winning those SmackDown Tag Team Championships from Rey and Dominic Mysterio, so that all three superstars, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso, have championship gold around their waist. Braun Strowman's WWE release is still one of the hot button topics in the world of wrestling right now as we speak, as so many fans are just completely baffled as to why WWE would release arguably one of their top superstars out of nowhere, especially when the ratings and viewership for WWE have been so low, and Braun Strowman was a polarizing name who did draw ratings to some extent, so the firing just seemed very weird. However, there are some new rumors currently going around that Braun Strowman's release or firing from WWE may not be what fans think, and that Braun's time in WWE is far from being over. The thought here is that WWE and Vince McMahon had no intentions of Braun Strowman leaving WWE, and that Braun's release was just a negotiations tactic so that WWE could possibly end up re-signing Braun Strowman for less money than he was making before. And as some of you are likely aware, Braun Strowman was making a pretty significant 7 figures contract from WWE each year, and the rumors speculate that Vince still wants Braun Strowman in WWE, but for less money. Some fans are even speculating that during the upcoming 2021 WWE Draft, Braun Strowman will return out of nowhere and be drafted over to Friday Night SmackDown. And in all honesty, we can't put it past WWE to do something like this, and it would make sense as it does seem too random for WWE to release such a big star like Braun Strowman, and a contract negotiation tactic is entirely possible in all honesty. Let us know your thoughts on the speculation going around that Braun Strowman's WWE release or firing could be fake in the grand scheme of things, and that WWE could simply be renegotiating Braun's contract so that he re-signs for less money than before. Asuka has garnered quite a bit of attention on social media recently, with Asuka posting a photo of herself photoshopped on former WWE World Champion Bautista's body, and while wrestling fans certainly got a kick out of it, Dave Bautista himself even reacted and responded to Asuka's funny Photoshop photos, with Bautista firstly posting a message stating that he needs to process it for a while, with Bautista then coming back with a message that he has processed it, and that Asuka has permission to use his shredded physique for more funny photos. And by all means, this whole scenario is definitely funny. John Cena was last seen in WWE back at WrestleMania 36, where he faced off against the Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse match. And ever since then, rumors have come and gone regarding John Cena's impending return to WWE, and when it will take place, along with what the WWE's plans would be for John Cena's return feud or storyline. For those of you unaware, Matt Men Podcast's Andrew Zarian has made it clear that he feels WWE is planning for Roman Reigns to defend his Universal Championship against John Cena at SummerSlam 2021 in the main event of the show. And while it certainly would be interesting to see John Cena potentially break the record and win his 17th world title by defeating Roman Reigns to win the Universal Championship, that does seem pretty unlikely. And let us know your thoughts and opinions of WWE possibly planning a Roman Reigns and John Cena feud when Cena does return. Last night, during Monday Night Raw, WWE aired a special video package of Alexa Bliss, and while Alexa Bliss has been tied with The Fiend Bray Wyatt for such a long time, and it was a very big storyline for WWE, The Fiend Bray Wyatt and any mention of him was completely missing from Alexa Bliss's video package, and it has gotten many fans talking that WWE could essentially be trying to erase The Fiend Bray Wyatt by making no mention of him when it comes to Alexa Bliss, who has basically taken over The Fiend's gimmick and persona. WrestleZone tweeted the following message: "Based on that Bliss video package, is WWE trying to erase The Fiend? #WWE Raw." With a fan responding with this message, "I wondered the same thing. Does that mean that they want to forget The Fiend or Bray Wyatt, who has not been on TV for a couple of months?" Another fan stated the following message: "I am thinking that Wyatt will be among the next roster cuts." Let us know your thoughts on WWE removing all ties to The Fiend to Alexa Bliss during her video package on Raw last night. And do you feel that The Fiend Bray Wyatt could be done with WWE soon?